Bible English, alarm, allegiance, apologize, bear, convert, conceal, disturb, drag, eagerly, encourage, interpret, mob, officer, persuade, profess, service, synagogue, treason. And finished my word test. Act 17, verse 38. When the police made their report, the city officers were alarmed to learn that Paul and Silas were Roman citizens. They came to the jail and apologized to them. Then they brought them out and begged them to leave the city. Paul and Silas then returned the city, a home of Lydia, where they met with the believers and encouraged them once more before leaving town. Paul preached in the Thessalonica. Now Paul and Silas traveled through the town of the Amphipolis and Apollonia, and they came to the Thessalonica, where there were a Jewish synagogue. As was Paul's custom, he went to the synagogue service and for 3 Sabbaths in a row, he interpreted the scripture to the people. He was explaining and proving the prophecy about the suffering of the Messiah, his rising from the dead. He said, "This Jesus I'm telling you about is the Messiah." Some who listened were persuaded and became converts, including a large number of the godly Greek men, also many important women of the city. But the Jewish leaders were jealous, so they gathered some worthless fellows from the street of the town of a mob and start a riot. They attacked the home of the Jason, searching for Paul and Silas so they could drag them out to the crowd. Not finding them there, they dragged out Jason and some of the other believers. Instead, they took them before the city council. Paul and Silas have turned the rest of the world upside down, and now they were here disturbing our city. They shouted, and Jason had let them into his home. They are all guilty of treason against Caesar, for they profess allegiance to another king, Jesus. The people of the city, as well as the city officers, were thrown into the turmoil by these reports. But the officer released Jason and the other believers after they had a posting there. Paul and Silas in the Berea. But very night the believers sent Paul and Silas to Berea. Where they arrived there, they went to the synagogue, and the people of Berea were more open-minded than those in Thessalonica, and they listened eagerly to the Paul's message. They searched the scripture day after day to check on Paul and Silas to see if they're really teaching the truth. I'm very impressed about the people of the Berea. They are open-minded. They're eager to know the truth. So that's why they study the scripture day and night. I want to learn about their attitude. It's very important and first step to get from blessing from God.